Good morning, students. Today we will be continuing with the topic separation of mixtures. Now have a look at this pic. What do you see here? Well, we can very clearly see the patches of different types of colors. And among these, there might be some colors which are made up of by combining two colors or more than two colors. Like for example, green color. We get it by combining yellow and blue. So suppose if you have to prepare a green dye, how will you prepare it? Well, we will simply mix yellow dye with a blue dye, correct? So to separate such kind of mixtures which are made of colored components, we use the technique of chromatography. The word chromatography itself means color writing. Okay, though nowadays it is also used for separating colorless components. Now, before we talk about the principle of chromatography, we must understand one term very clearly, that is adsorption. Now you can see a diagram. Now here some molecules are coming and depositing on the surface of another substance, but they are not entering inside the substance. So this process is known as adsorption. Now the molecules which are depositing over a particular surface, here these ones, they are known as adsorbate. While the other substance over which these molecules are depositing, this one, is known as adsorbent. Now coming to the principle of chromatography, it is basically based on the difference in rates of adsorption. Now different substances have different rates of adsorption over a particular surface. So we use that principle in separating these components. The common adsorbents which can be used are filter paper, silica gel, etc. Now coming to the simplest type of chromatography, which is also known as paper chromatography. It is called paper chromatography because it uses paper sheets or strips as the adsorbent, and over these paper strips the adsorption takes place. Now in this process a special type of paper is used which is known as chromatographic paper or Whatman filter paper. Sometimes we use ordinary filter paper as well. Now we take a strip of paper, filter paper or Whatman filter paper, and we draw a line just above the edge. And over that line we put a drop of the mixture, and then we let it dry for some time. Then we place this strip of paper in a solvent in which this mixture is soluble, and then we put it in such a manner that the drop of substance is slightly above the solvent level, and then we close the beaker from the top. We cover it with a lid. What happens, the solvent starts rising up the paper, and along with it the substances which are present on the drop also starts dissolving in the solvent and starts rising along with it. Now during this process what happens, the substances which are more soluble in the solvent travels faster. You can see a strip where the different components have colored components are separated on a sheet of paper because of their different solubilities in that particular solvent. Basically, if we are separating a black ink components or something like that, then we use simply water as a solvent because it is soluble in water. In case the substances are soluble in any other type of liquid, then we use that liquid as solvent. Now here the solvent is moving up the paper, that is why it is known as the mobile phase, while the filter paper is remaining fixed at a particular place, that is why it is known as stationary phase. We take out this strip of paper and then we let it dry. So basically what are the advantages of chromatography? A very small quantity of substance can be separated by it. We have already seen in the paper chromatography even a small drop of mixture, the components of that drop were also separated. Then secondly, the components with similar physical and chemical properties Where we cannot apply other methods of separation techniques, that can be separated by the method of chromatography. Now coming to the uses, it is basically used to separate the pigments from natural colors. Then nowadays we also use to separate drugs from blood and the colors in a dye.